Okay, so we're going to learn how to make a control library, and to do that you'll have created your control in Maya, and we're going to export our asset. We want to export just the individual assets so that when we re-import it in other scenes, it doesn't import all the garbage that was in the scene that was unseen in our file. So we'll select our control, transform, and we'll go to File, Export Selection, Options box. We're going to make it a Maya ASCII file. We want to, we'll preserve references even though there's not any. And we want to not include any inputs, but we do want to include our texture info. And with that done, we'll just hit Export Selection, save it to your folder you've designated as your library. I'm going to create a folder called Library. Call it ControlsLibrary. And I will label this red cube with outline. And then I'll hit Export Selection. Now, with that done, I want to create a shelf button out of that. And so immediately, and with my script editor open, I will create a new tab first of all. And delete all the history in there and shrink this down a little bit. Now echo all commands. I'm going to go to File, Import, Options box. I want to make sure I use namespaces, and we're going to rename everything anyway, so we just want to make sure it has its own name. Okay. Hit Import because it's already, I just saved it or exported it. It's going to import from the same location. Click Import. And let me go back up through my history. Generated a lot of it. Okay, so in the case where you have all your history turned on and it just generates way too much, let's try this again. We'll go, except I'm going to turn off echo all commands in the history. Go to Import, Options box, Import, so it has our last setting still in there. Click Import, then we get this command here. So the fastest way to select is to click at the beginning of the row below the command, below the row below the command, and then drag up to it, copy, paste. Now, as long as you don't change the location of this file, then you should be good to go. You can select all of this, hit Control A, middle mouse click and drag it up to your shelf. And I've got a new icon there. I will go to my shelf editor and it's called mel command right now. I want to rename that to red cube control. And then add a tooltip in there. Make sure you have the right thing selected. It likes to unselect and go back to the first item in for that particular shelf every time you rename something. So our icon label, let's call this red C for red cube. And then you can add a tooltip called adds red cube control. So if we hover over our shelf icon, that's what it's going to say. And we will make it red. And we'll make our label color white. Turn up our transparency. Save all shelves. Okay, so now we should have a command that will import and give us a red control every time we click our shelf button. And that should be all. You create a shelf just for controls and make a library out of it, and then you'll have a new control at a click of a button.